So what are the top trends you are seeing nowadays?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think behavioral science is really hot right now. Now, you could say to me, well, Nancy, you're really interested in it. So of course you're noticing everything about it. And there's probably a behavioral science principle about that actually, where we buy a red car and all of a sudden every car we see on the street is red. So there's something to be said for that. But these are the 5 trends that I'm noticing. I'm finding that behavioral science is entering C-suite, right? It used to be kind of this like little offshoot, or maybe you made some inroads in the research department or possibly in the strategy department. But now companies are hiring chief behavioral science officers, or really senior level behavioral science practitioners. Companies like Google and Microsoft and Coca-Cola, they're going all in on this. So that's one trend I'm seeing. And I think that's really great. Another is that products and services are actually being developed with a behavioral science backbone. So the kind of the foundation is rooted in behavioral science. So you might have heard of an insurance company called Lemonade. And
Yes.
right. So one of the guys behind that is Dan Ariely. He's a very well-known, internationally known behavioral scientist, but he's one of the people who helped develop that product. And they use a lot of behavioral science. One of the things they do is so it's an insurance product. Before you submit a claim, you sign a pledge that indicates you're going to be honest.
Wow.
Normally you would just submit your claim and maybe at the end you'd sign your claim, but before you even say, this is how much I've lost, this is what you owe me, you sign this pledge saying that you're going to be honest. And what they're finding is people are more honest, so there's a lot of behavioral science infused in that product. I think they also ask people to nominate their favorite charity. And they say, at the end of the year, we're going to pay our claims. We're going to take a fair amount of profit, and whatever is left over, we're going to donate to the charity that our customers choose. So now if you're thinking about maybe, cheating the insurance company a little bit, it's not the insurance company that you're kind of robbing the money of. You're taking the money away from the charity that you chose. So there's definitely a lot of behavioral science, as you might expect from something Dan Ariely is involved with, but a lot of behavioral science running through that. The other place I'm seeing it is in the health industry, particularly weight loss. So you might have seen commercials for the Noom app, which helps you lose
Yes.
weight.
Yes. I have that app on my phone.
Well, there you go. See, so it's gotten very, very popular, and there's a lot of behavioral science with that. Another company out there is called Health Fleet. They used to be called Zillion. And what they do is they also help you make healthier choices, help you, lose weight. And one of the things that both of these companies do is they tap into autonomy bias, this idea that you have choices. They don't say these foods are off limits or you cannot do this. They kind of put you in control. You choose what
Yes.
you're going to want to eat. You choose how you're going to lose weight. I was talking to the CEO of or maybe she's the president, or maybe she's the president, the CEO. But anyway, Cheryl Morrison Deutsch, who's running Health Fleet, and what she was saying is, sometimes what we say to people is, look, your end goal is to lose weight. We understand that, but before you can do that, you need to get more sleep. So,
Yes.
knowing that, where do you want to start? And they put the control in the customer's hands, and the customer might say, you're right, I'm not going to even try to eat better right now. I'm going to concentrate on getting more sleep. And once I've got that locked down, then let's move on to
Next
my
step.
next goal, my next step, but they're putting the control in the hands of the customer. So I'm seeing these products and services developed with a lot of behavioral science as a foundation. Third thing is I'm seeing the behavioral science pop up in messaging. So it's not just, creating the product or service, but just, products and services that maybe aren't rooted in behavioral science or using behavioral science in their messaging. I came across this ad for Ally Bank, and they were trying to get people to take out a CD. And as we said earlier, if I've got $100 in my hands, I'd really rather spend it now than save it, and that's called temporal discounting. We place greater value on the present and less value on things that are, in the future. We think we got plenty of time, we'll get to them. They just don't seem as important. So they ran a line that said, we asked the future you if you wanted more money. And you
Wow.
said yes. And when you read that, you're like, well, that makes sense, because if you asked the present me if I wanted more money, I would say yes. So stands to reason that in the future I would answer the same way. So I thought that was a really interesting example. And then I saw a TV spot for Shriners Children's Hospital, and of course, it was fundraising. They were asking people to call and make a donation. And they said, if operators are busy, please call again or go online. And what they were doing there is they were tapping into social proof, because you're sitting there watching TV, you see the TV spot. And if they say, if operators are busy, you think, oh, other people like me watching the same TV show are calling to donate. That's why the operators are busy. That's why the line is busy.
Wow.
Wow, a lot of people are doing it. Maybe I should do it too. So
Yes.
really interesting examples. Yeah, yeah.
Reinforce the idea of donating, right? So this is great.
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely, I think it's even stronger because you come to your own conclusion. You're like, wow, I wonder, because at first you would say like, why would a marketer who's trying so hard to get me to make a phone call to them say, well, you know what, the line might be busy. It's like, why? Like, why would you say that, right? But, then you go
Yeah.
like, I know why they said that. They said that because a lot of people are probably calling. Gee,
Yeah.
if a lot of people are calling, maybe I should call too, So it's brilliant,
Very
brilliant.
interesting. Very interesting. Great. Yeah.
That idea was actually, I think it was first discovered by a copywriter named Colleen Zott, and she used it when she was selling an exercise machine, something like a Nordic Track or something. But it was the idea that, if operators are busy, please call again. And she saw response just skyrocket. And so now I read about that. And then sure enough, don't I see it with Shriners Hospital? I'm like, it's popping up. I mean, the other thing I'm seeing is, more marketing conferences are having behavioral science speakers on the docket, and research firms now are developing that take a behavioral science approach to research. So instead of just, having focus groups or doing surveys and asking people, do you like this? Do you not like this? Would you buy this? Would you not buy this? I mean, it's hard. It's hard for people to answer. They think they're telling you the truth, but because we're influenced by so many other factors that we're often unaware of, it's hard for people to honestly answer a question. When we ask them, they think they're telling us the truth, but it could be that there's something else, at play. For example, I said, if I give you one option, you'd be maybe less likely to buy than if I give you two options. But if I asked you, you wouldn't say, oh, well, I felt more in control because I had two options. You just don't know what's making you decide. And so there are research groups now that are pioneering very specific ways of getting to people's underlying, almost unconscious motivators. And so that's another trend I see. So those are my top 5 trends.